gender means a person's feeling about being either a boy or a girl.
Gender is not a confusing word. It's pretty straightforward. There's no gray area.
My friends and peers only understood that I was trans because I didn't want to be gay.
He likes to climb trees in his princess boy tiara crown. When he plays dress up, he likes to change clothes a lot. Now remember, at Seattle Public Schools, students get to use the bathroom that aligns with how they consistently assert themselves in schools.
That should concern you as a parent. Hey guys, this is Josh with I Hate Politics. I wanted to share with you something that I came across. I think it was on TikTok. It's in regards to a school in Seattle that's influencing children, kindergarten through 5th grade, about the acceptance of being transgender, so transitioning from a boy to a girl to a boy. And they have full lessons, in my opinion, basically encouraging that. And they even have kind of like testimonials and success stories of children at their school. If you don't find this alarming or concerning that the schools are influencing children, kindergartners, about being transgender, encouraging it, then you're either not a parent or you're detached from reality. I would hate if my kid was exposed to this, and I guarantee parents aren't that aware of what's going on, because I would hope that most parents wouldn't be okay with this. But they're making up terms. I mean, gender is not a confusing word. It's pretty straightforward. There's no gray area. And they're coming up with these phrases and terms that are actually factually incorrect. I mean, you're either a male or you're a female. You're identified when you're born. You don't get to choose later on in life. It's really not that confusing. So they're confusing children and making them think that this type of behavior is normal. And I'll just go ahead and jump right in. Again, if you guys want to go watch all these videos, feel free. It's seattleschools.org. You should be able to find it if you look hard enough. But let's go over some of the kindergarten lessons. We'll start right here. Teddy. And this is what they're teaching kindergartners.
My name is Brennan Ham, and I'm the health education specialist and trainer for Seattle Public Schools. I prefer my name to pronouns, but anything said with respect is great. So they, she, and he all work for me. I'm very excited to be here with you today because we are going to read a fabulous book called Introducing Teddy.
So that opening dialogue in general is going to confuse children. They, she, or he, they see a boy and he's identifying, or he's saying that you can call me a girl. That right off the bat is going to confuse children. And children are very influential. It's not difficult to influence a child early on. They absorb everything. That's what their brain is doing early on. It's developing, it's absorbing every single piece of information that's coming into their brain. They're absorbing their surroundings visually, psychologically. Everything going on early on with a child is so crucial. So for this crap to be spewed to them is so concerning because it's going to cause issues later on in life. This really made me realize how important Charlie Kirk was. And this is one of the many things he was extremely concerned about. I watched numerous videos of Charlie debating people about gender and gender identity. It's so crucial that somebody carries his torch. I don't know who that's going to be. I'm sure at some point somebody will step up and get back into the schools. I know TPUSA is still doing it, but it's not the same without another Charlie. So it really highlighted the importance of what he was doing. And it's such a loss to lose Charlie. He was such a great person, didn't deserve that. His family didn't deserve that. His children didn't deserve that. And this really jumped out how important it was, the work that he was doing. But let's go ahead and continue here.
Title is Introducing Teddy, a gentle story about gender and friendship. This is written by Jessica Walton and illustrated by Dougal McPherson. Now take a look at this picture. we see
All right, let's jump ahead to the first part that I wanted to show you.
the third word, gender, means a person's feeling about being either a boy or a girl, neither, both, or somewhere in between.
Again, this is factually incorrect. You don't get to choose what gender you are. You're assigned that at birth. Very early on. You don't get to choose later on in life, oh, I kind of feel like being a girl. Even if you go and chop up your genitals, you're still a boy or you're still a girl. Your genitals are just a small part of what makes you a male or female.
The fourth word, gender role, means cultural ways about how men and women are supposed to act. So we can think of expectations that we have for people. So, for example, baking is an activity that we usually associate with girls, and weightlifting is an activity that we usually associate with boys. But anyone can do any of those things if it makes them feel like themselves.
Yeah, no shit. Anyone does do any of those things. Women work out all the time. Anyways, let's jump into the next section here. This is first grade. They have a lesson about My Princess Boy.
Think about how we associate, meaning how we link up or connect those activities with certain genders. So, for example, let's think of baking. Now, when I think of baking, what do you think most people think of? Who do we think bakes? Is it boys or is it girls? I feel like most people might say girls bake. Or if we think about boxing, do we think, people might say boys, do you think? Boys or girls? They probably will say boys. What about soccer? Do girls play soccer or do boys play soccer? What do you think? I feel like most people might say boys play soccer. What about video games? Do people think that boys or girls play video games? What about dancing? Do people think that girls dance or that boys dance? People might say that girls dance.
Again, what does this have to do with genders? These are just activities that both male and female do. Again, they're just confusing children early on, and this is so concerning. What else is in here? Let's jump ahead. And this is a book that they're teaching children.
My Princess Boy has playdates with boys and girls. He likes to climb trees in his Princess Boy tiara crown. When he plays dress up, he likes to change clothes a lot. He wears a green ballet leotard and dances with his friends. Here we have them dancing and playing, just having a good time. I love my Princess Boy. When we go shopping, he is the happiest when looking at girls' clothes. But when he says he wants to buy a pink bag or a sparkly dress, people stare at him. Ugh.
And again, I want to emphasize, I have nothing against gay people. If you're gay, good for you. I could care less. But it's the fact that this is being influenced on children. Like, keep children out of it. Let them figure that out later on in life. They don't need to be educated when they're in kindergarten about transgenderism. Just stay the hell away from kids. Live your life. Stop trying to drag everyone into it. And let's jump over. Again, if you guys want to go watch these videos, it's at seattleschools.org. There's a couple others I want to show you. And then I also wanted to show you this LGBTQ support section. And then they have parent testimonials and testimonials from children talking about transgenderism and how they turned into a boy from a girl from the boy. And they're like 8 years old. It's disgusting.
Here's Jacob. Here's Emily. Here is the dress-up corner. Emily slid into a shiny yellow dress, while Jacob wiggled into a sparkly pink dress. They both reached for the crown, but Jacob got there first. "I'll be the princess," he said. Christopher frowned. "Jacob, why do you always wear the girl clothes? Put on the knight armor. That's what a boy wears." "Christopher, stop telling us what to do," said Emily. Here's Emily. Here's Christopher. And here's Jacob. Now here,
let's see what else we got.
at home, I just use the bathroom. There's no upset or drama or doom like there is when I go to a store or to school, and people act like I'm trying to fool them when I push open the right one for me. They say I'm mistaken. How can that be? I'm the expert. I'm in my own body. Just let me pee. No need to get snotty. This person is talking about a very real struggle that a lot of people have when they go to a public place and don't really feel safe going to the bathroom. Or when they go and they know they want to go to use the restroom and somebody makes them feel like they're not welcome or allowed to be in there. Now remember, at Seattle Public Schools, students get to use the bathroom that aligns with how they consistently assert themselves in schools. So that means if somebody says, I'm a boy, they get to use the boys' restroom. If somebody says, I'm a girl, they get to use the girls' restroom. If somebody doesn't identify as in either of those ways, they get to use whatever bathroom feels most comfortable and safest to them. Now, students.
Oh, I actually didn't even see this part until now. That should concern you as a parent. If you have boys going and peeing with the girls, vice versa, like that is so inappropriate. And they allow this at school. They allow the boys and the girls to mix together and go into the bathroom together to go pee. Does that sound appropriate for like a 5, 6, 7-year-old? It doesn't sound appropriate to me. Again, if this doesn't make you angry or at the very least concerned, then you're not a parent or you got something else going on that's not normal. So I'll jump over to, I don't want to drag this out too long, jump over to their resources over here, and then they have their success stories. And these are parents, these are kids talking about, I'm assuming, how successful their little program over here has been.
When we had our first meeting, the principal said, well, we've never had a trans or non-binary kid. To which I replied, that you know of, and you most likely have, and you do, and you will. And so I think that acknowledging that these kids are here, even if you don't know that, and you need to act as though they're in your room, even if you don't know them to be, is a really important message because...
See what this one.
I tried to hide my sexual orientation because I thought that, oh, it's too much. You can't be trans and gay. That's too much. And a lot of my friends and peers only understood that I was trans because I didn't want to be gay or whatever. I didn't want to be, I wanted to be. And so it was interesting and difficult. And now when I look back on it, I realized that I didn't have to be afraid because I did.
Again, there's a bunch of stuff. Feel free to go to this website, check this out for yourself, seattleschools.org. This sounds like an 8, maybe 9-year-old kid at the most. Like, where are their parents? If my son came to me and said, hey, I want to transition to a girl, that would be so concerning. My first step, sure as hell, isn't going to be, oh, cool, let's go to the doctor. It makes me angry that there are parents out there that are allowing their 7, 8, 9-year-old children to chop up their genitals. Those kids, if they ever wake up, which I hope to God that they do, if they do later on in life, they are going to be so angry at their mom and dad for letting them do that. There should be, at the very least, a law in place that children need to be an adult before they can do anything like that. Regardless if the parent approves it or not. If the parents are allowing this, like, where the hell is the dad in this? Like, why is this allowed? Why is this encouraged? Well, I think these schools are brainwashing not only the children, but they're starting to brainwash the parents into thinking that this is okay. And the entire left wing is brainwashing everyone into thinking that this is normal, this is okay, this is healthy, because it sure as shit is not healthy to go get your junk chopped off. There's no way that's healthy. And there's no way that you don't regret that later on in life, especially if you do it when you're a young child. My first step would be making sure that my son understands exactly what he's asking, and I would never, ever allow that to happen, ever. Again, if you're gay, good for you. I don't care. I have nothing against gay people. I don't have a phobia. I don't hate gay people. But when you start getting children involved in enforcing your beliefs onto children, confusing children, then that's when I have a problem with you. This needs to stop. There needs to be some type of regulation in place. This is alarming. If you don't get angry or think that this needs to stop, then there's something wrong with you. Simple as that. This is concerning. Don't support this. If you live in Seattle, I would do everything in my power to make sure that this stops. Again, if you guys found this video helpful, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment. I definitely would love to hear your feedback on this. This is a brand new channel. My channel was actually banned for a couple months. I have no idea why. But I went through the process. They unbanned it or unblocked it. So please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm not sure what was going on with the whole banning thing, but it helps the channel. If you guys want to keep seeing more content, I would love to keep doing it, but I need some support over here. It's a brand new channel. So please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.